boy, I'm sure glad that's over with.
Yeah, but I'm still really not sure what just happened.
Well, now at least we know that sometimes a good old thumbs up from a human is better than a machine-generated lie.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. I love you.
Dude, how did you pull all that off? ChatGPT, dude.
ChatGPT, bro. You know they say microplastic is causing men's to get smaller. Not really related to the video, just thought I'd share the information. Not a problem I have. Anyways, what you're really here for, a lawyer. Busted. You've been busted using ChatGPT to make cases for his clients. You know, let's look. This next clip is long, but necessary for the topic. So while you watch the clip, I'm gonna drink more of my penis shrinker. Bottled water. All right. Start the clip.
Okay, so this was a state court action seeking damages for personal injuries sustained on board an Avianca flight from El Salvador to New York, August 27th, 2019. The case proceeds normally. There's an answer to the complaint, there's a pretrial conference, there's attorney appearances, there's memos and declarations, etc. And then we get to document 21, which we only know now what that is. Document 21 is something called an affirmation in opposition. I'm not even sure what we're opposing. If I go back here, this is opposition to the motion to dismiss filed by Avianca. So Avianca filed a motion to dismiss, and now Peter Loduca, attorney, I believe, is filing an affirmation in opposition to the motion. And he writes, I'm an attorney associated with Levidow, and Oberman, attorneys for the plaintiff. I submit this affirmation in opposition to defendant's motion to dismiss. This claim for personal injuries arises out of plaintiff having been injured when struck by a metal serving cart by an employee of defendant while a passenger on flight 670. There's a discussion about whether the plaintiff's claim is time-barred because of a bankruptcy petition or a 2-year statute of limitations. There's some factual discussion here, and then there's argument. Now, the factual discussion I don't think is generated by ChatGPT, but if you follow me here, the argument reads like this. The plaintiff is entitled to the benefit of any doubt. When evaluating a motion to dismiss, the court must give the plaintiff the benefit of any doubt. This means that if there is any ambiguity in the plaintiff's complaint or if the facts are in dispute, the court should allow the case to proceed to the discovery stage. The plaintiff is not required to anticipate and refute every possible defense, : When drafting their complaint, the plaintiff is not required to anticipate and refute every possible defense that the defendant may raise. Rather, the plaintiff only needs to allege enough facts to state a plausible claim for relief. If the defendant raises new facts or arguments in their motion to dismiss, the plaintiff is not required to respond to these arguments unless they are supported by new evidence that was not available at the time the complaint was filed. In the case of Ashcroft v. Iqbal, the Supreme Court held that when evaluating a motion to dismiss, the court must accept all well-pled factual allegations as true, but need not accept legal conclusions or threadbare recitals of the elements of a claim. The court also held that the plaintiff must allege enough facts to state a plausible claim for relief, and that the court should consider all plausible interpretations of the complaint when making this determination. Okay, so far, sounds kind of normal. If we try to acknowledge that we've been primed or biased already by knowing that something here is written by AI and we're looking for it, you could sort of start feeling like that might have been a little wordy, and maybe a real lawyer person writing it wouldn't have been so wordy. Maybe it's an AI already. Let's see if we keep going, if we see anything that raises our suspicions further. In Doe v. United States, a 9th Circuit 2005 case, the 9th Circuit held that the court must accept all well-pled allegations as true. Okay, I thought we just said that. It's a pretty well-established standard. Do you really have to cite 2 cases for it? State courts have concurrent jurisdiction is the heading now. over claims arising out of international airline accidents under the Montreal Convention, and plaintiff was well within his rights to commence a timely action in state court. So I guess they're arguing about trying to get this back to state court. And they're arguing that the New York civil practice laws and rules provide that an action to recover damages for personal injury caused by the negligence of the defendant must be commenced within 3 years. But the heading here is the state court concurrent jurisdiction thing, and then your thing is the 3 years. You see what I'm saying here? You've got a heading for concurrent jurisdiction here, and then you've got them talking about 3 years statute of limitations in the next paragraph. That's suspicious. And then they go to the Montreal Convention, so maybe like this should have been in front of paragraph 15. Montreal Convention does not preempt state law remedies, and that plaintiffs are entitled to choose the forum. Okay? Shaboon v. Egypt Air, was that one of our cases? Oh look, this is one of our cases. Here we go. Shaboon v. Egypt Air. Apparently this is one of the cases that doesn't exist. What is this citation? What is this?
Welcome back. I know that was long. I hope the music at least made it a little more bearable, but it proves the point. Just so you know, where I cut it off at, it continues on. From that point forward, it's nothing but bullcrap references to other case files that don't exist anywhere. Absolutely nowhere does any of that exist. All right, at first you're like, okay, this seems like it could be legitimate. Seems like we could have something here. It's a little wordy, and you get to the first reference, you're like, oh, he's mentioning this again. And then you get to the second one and you're like, hold up. This doesn't exist. And then the third and fourth and the rest of them, all the other ones. And why it gave so many references, no one knows, but it did, and all of them were bullshit, except for the first one. And so here's the thing. So now we get to see as a society what happens to someone who's used ChatGPT in a professional setting and got busted. Because I'm telling you right now, the only reason they got busted is because they just hit enter and didn't look at anything. If they would have looked at it for a second, they would have cut the bottom part out and it would have never been seen or caught. I mean, the ChatGPT can pass the bar exam in the top 1%, meaning that it's better than 99% of lawyers out there. It absolutely is better than 99% of lawyers out there. The problem is whenever you have to be very vigilant about the prompt that you give ChatGPT. What I mean is like, all right, argue this case study argue this case, make sure that my side wins. Boom. It will make sure you win at all costs, even if it means it's going to lie. It will lie if it means that it's going to cause you to be the victor. And it's oftentimes said that it gaslights, it lies, and then it'll tell you that it didn't lie and that you're wrong. The thing is if you tell it to make sure you win no matter what, even if the no matter what part means lying, it will do so. And this is a prominent case. And if you think this is the only lawyer that's using ChatGPT, you're wrong, 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 wrong.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
And let me tell you why you're wrong. Because if you don't use it, you're gonna be left behind. Why do you think the efficiency ratings and the caseloads and the speed in which lawyers are able to process cases now has gone up tenfold conveniently in the last year? Oh, they can now process 10 times the cases they could before. What happened in the last 24 months that could have been related to the fact that lawyers can now take 10 times the load of cases, which means money, money, money. Money, 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 money. I mean, lawyers everywhere are just putting on their pimp glasses and pulling out their pimp canes and walking down the road sneezing into $100 bills because they get rich, because they get paid per case, not per, they do get paid per hour working with the individual, but they can work with multiple cases at the same hour, which means they're maximizing profits to a major level. And who can blame them? I can't. In my classrooms last semester, I was told by students that they were cheating on their exams and papers using ChatGPT. My students in the class, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually reading the material and I'm making B's and low A's on my stuff, and they're making hundreds across the board because they're freaking using AI. Wow, if I want to be competitive with these people who are already using AI, I better use AI. And you know what? The whole world now has that mentality because you either adopt and you use AI or you get left behind. The only problem is right now you better cover your tracks to make sure you don't get caught using AI. AI is going to destroy the world, but it's going to be a fun... Sorry, that's the microplastic making my penis smaller. But it's going to be a fun ride on the way down. Whee! You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Lawyers, just even judges have been using ChatGPT for cases. I may do an entire video on that just because of how ridiculous it is that judges are referring to ChatGPT for sentencing people whenever it's known to lie. But whatever. That's the world we live in these days. I have a friend that works at a bank, and they now use it for their banking stuff. I don't want to get into detail, but they use it for their banking stuff and so on and so forth. Like, I have a friend who's also a nurse, and guess what they did last semester? They used it to help them get their RN, for all of that stuff, besides going out there, because when you go to be a nurse, you have to go out there and actually do the work for a portion of your studies. But besides that, they started using ChatGPT, and along every single sector is using ChatGPT. Because if you're not, you're going to be left behind, and you're not going to be as efficient as those who are. And that's just the truth. So let's enjoy this ride. Whee! We're on the roller coaster to unknown territories. Well, I realize this video may have been a little bit out there, but you know what? It's true. It's just, there's no stopping it. You have to laugh at the tragedy of the fall of mankind. Because if you're not laughing at it at this point, then how are you sleeping at night? I'll tell you how I'm sleeping at night. Making my penis smaller.